2 years ago, Joe Ravitch, one of the founders of Rain, the investment bank that focuses on the sport and entertainment industry, made quite an interesting proclamation. He said that Premier League clubs and top flight soccer clubs would be worth double within the next 5 years, and that valuations like 4 billion for Chelsea were completely rational, given in 5 years they would double. And many people poured scorn on this kind of a statement. Interestingly, I laughed at it out loud and then processed it and went, no, I agree with him. I think Joe is right. I think sports teams at the elite level can absolutely double. I just think that the business model, in order to get to that point, needs to change. And last week I stated that if you look at ticketing, we're in yield management. If you look at sponsorship, we're in a 4 to 6% CAGR kind of range. And certainly in Europe, sports media rights are plateauing at best and down at worst. So on that basis, you sit there and say, well, how on earth, given that scenario, could you justify a doubling of valuations? And it could be scarcity. Of course, we also love the greater fool theory in sports, which is I'll buy this because somebody else richer than me is going to come along and buy it off me. But for me, I think the dream that you always heard mostly American investors think about when they were coming over to Europe and buying a club was that they could break free of the American model. That when you're buying a Chelsea, a Man United, a Liverpool, the opportunity is not the 50 miles around your venue. The opportunity is the globe. These are massive brands. Even if they're small companies, they're SMEs that are just famous the world over. So the opportunity is the 100, 200, 400, 600, a billion followers around the world, however you want to define them, and turning them into a customer of some form in terms of a paying customer, not just a passive fan watching on TV. But when you watch the implemented models at the clubs that they have acquired, it looks strikingly like an American sports team. And I think they do an awful lot of good. They bring an awful lot of improvements. I think you see venues get upgraded or expanded and built new. Hospitality is greatly improved. Ticketing strategies are far more wide-ranging, hopefully targeting more people in different ways, from cheaper tickets to also more expensive tickets. Sponsorship is far improved. The packaging up is done far better and is generating more demand. Media rights generally are out of their control because they've sublicensed it to the league. But again, at the league level, they're having an impact. But I find it interesting that if you're going to get that kind of growth in your valuation, but you're going to do what you do in another market where you apparently wanted to change it. I always laugh because when Chelsea sell a shirt or a hat, Chelsea and Nike make the money. When the Yankees sell a baseball cap, the Dodgers and the Red Sox make money because of the way the commercial model works, centralization. So I love that others have seen the opportunity in Europe with European sports teams. I love that they've come here and professionalized things. I'm enormously frustrated that the opportunity of truly connecting with fans globally and of course, monetizing them, I don't have an issue with that. I think it's all about making sure there is a value exchange that the fan wants and appreciates. But it's enormously frustrating that the opportunity has not been embraced. And therefore, I think whilst Joe is right, will it be in 5 years, or who actually, if it will be in 5 years, a better question is perhaps who's going to break the mold and try a different model to double that valuation?